Morning, Club Trading Limited. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope everyone is doing really well. Thank you so much for joining us on Instagram as well as on our YouTube page. You can find our disclaimer by going straight to our website, ECLUBTRADING.com. Please have a look before you continue watching. We had an impressive two-day rally in the SPYs and in the Qs in the overall indices as the bulls reclaimed momentum. I hope you managed to take advantage of this situation. It has been an impressive snapback rally for the bulls. Always after a big downtrend sideways market, the immediate bounce, it's always very, very strong, and one has to be ready for this in order to be able to take advantage of it in a big manner. Our portfolio did extremely well towards the end of the week. Overall, last week we were up almost 10% in our overall portfolio, which is one of the best performances of our portfolio this year. 10% in a week, it's great. I hope most of you managed to follow our advice. Most of you stayed the course, stayed tactical during this downtrend period, and managed to put on some risk on Wednesday on that hammer type candle when finally the SPYs and the Qs did not close at the lows and managed actually to act better. So if you put on some risk on Wednesday, then most dips were buyable on Thursday, and on Friday it was your day to trim, because after 3 days, 2 days and a half up, always it's time to book some profits, because you never know what's going to happen over the weekend. And always the indices, they need a bit of digestion. We had a huge run in the SPYs all the way from 431 to 446. Today futures are down a bit. We had some disappointing data from China. Chinese GDP grew by less than expected. So as a result of this and as a result of the recent rally, we are a bit down in the futures. Nasdaq is down 0.5% as of now, with the Dow Jones and the S&P futures about down 0.3%. So all in all, we will probably have an inside day in here for 446.26 pivot resistance. The moving averages are all the way down at 438, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if you would consolidate a bit here. Holding this 444 would be impressive. Even this 442.66, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Just manage your size, manage your positions, know what you're committed to, and I hope that you already managed to profit and to take some trades off. We have a similar situation in the Qs. Qs had a really nice bounce from 357 all the way to 369. I hope you managed to put some risk on. I hope you managed to book some trades. It has been a really impressive rally. Moving averages, the 50 days 365, so holding above 365 would be good. It would be even more constructive to hold this low from Friday, 366.82, with the pivot resistance at 369.06. 370 is a big resistance level going forward. The main driver for this week and for the next one will be the earnings for the big tech companies. This is always a really interesting period, and I strongly suggest you subscribe to one of our plans. I suggest the morning game plan, so you can see exactly our portfolio, how we are approaching this earnings season. It's the busiest 2 weeks for the end of this year, so you have to be positioned for it. Remember, we never take stock into earnings, but we do have some really nice option trades, and in case they work great. If not, you know exactly what you paid from before, so risk is premium paid. So if you want to find out more how we are approaching this earnings season, do subscribe to our plans. Go to ECLUBTRADING.com, plans and pricing, and you'll find there the morning game plan at a great value for you for this month especially. So all in all, bulls are back into control. We're above all the moving averages. We're going to have probably a digestion day. It depends what type of digestion day. In an active sequence like we are now, most cases dips are buyable opportunities, but we'll have to see how we open and if we have any bounce, or if we're just going to slide lower and lower throughout the day. Keep an eye on the volatility index, the VIX. Keep an eye on the energy prices. Keep an eye on oil, because these are still important headwinds, together with the chip shortages and the labor shortages in the US. So far so good for the SPYs and the Qs. Just be careful and know what you're committed to and why you're committed to, and remember that we have 2 important weeks of earnings this week. The main 3 that we are focusing on: Netflix, Tesla and Snap. And next week it's the big week. I'm excited for that. We have Facebook, we have Microsoft, we have Google, we have Apple, we have AMD. So we have all the big guns, and Amazon as well, all the big guns next week. So be prepared, have a good rest this coming weekend. Be prepared, know what you're committed to and why you're committed to those, and let's hope the earnings are going to be kind to us this time around. Tech needs to really deliver. If tech does not deliver and we hear about chip shortages throughout the earnings call and the strong US dollar which is influencing earnings and so on, then we might have another sell-off towards the end of this month and beginning of November. So be careful, read the transcripts from the main companies, see what they are telling you. Also, we're going to keep you updated with that on our social media pages, so do follow us there, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, so you will find more. And also you can go to our website, you see our updates in the news section. Now let's look at Amazon. Amazon was a great trade on Friday, finally woke up, passed all its moving averages. I tweeted to you guys around 33.30 that we're going long Amazon. We also had a call spread which is acting great, so Amazon was a big winner for us on Friday. Went as high as 34.10 with the futures opening lower. Amazon should be a nice buy in the whole. If it opens lower but keeps above this 33.60, it should be a nice buy. Thank you so much, Nastro, for joining us. Amazon should be a really nice buy today. This was a day one igniting candle, so if Amazon opens lower, Amazon should be a good day trade for cash flow. We are long Amazon the stock, and we still have some call spreads for the earnings next week. Amazon is looking good, strong retail numbers on Friday, so Amazon is en route for better action. This is the first time in a long period of time that Amazon has such an igniting candle, and one cannot dismiss the power of this move. So keep Amazon on your radar today because it has been acting great on Friday and it should offer some continuation today. Despite the futures being down, Amazon should act better than the overall market if the market has any muscle memory from Friday. Tesla has been a great trade for us in the past month. Reached a high of 843 on Friday. In after hours it went as high as 850. It's a bit extended from the moving averages. It reports earnings this week. We are out of the stock, but we still have a call spread. If you want to know exactly what call spread we have for earnings, please subscribe to our morning game plan. Tesla, one of the biggest winners for us this quarter. It has been acting great, keeping above the 8 and 21 day for most of this ride. All the way from here, from the middle of August, it was above the 8 and 21 day until now. So this is an impressive active sequence for Tesla. I hope you managed to follow us. I hope you managed to follow Tesla and to have some profits. Always in a downtrend sideways market like we had in the indices, if some of the stocks do manage to stay above the 8 and 21 day, when the market does improve, these are the first ones to rally. This happened in Tesla, also Microsoft, and also CRM, Salesforce. They have been great buys for us, great holds as a swing trades, and also as option plays. So these were the big winner for us. Apple finally managed to poke its head above the moving averages. We'll see with the futures down today how it opens, if it manages to reclaim them. So 145, it's a big area for Apple. If it manages to stay above it, tonight it has an event. It's gonna announce the new MacBook Pros. It's not so much as what they will announce, it's whether they will be able to deliver them, whether the chip shortages are going to influence the delivery times, and whether we're going to have an announcement that they are delaying the production of the new MacBook Pros or the iPhones, or they're going to mention anything about this, or if they're going to go they're going to be ready for the Christmas break. If that, then Apple should be en route for better prices. If they do mention that chip shortages will affect the delivery dates and they don't give an exact date, then this will be a big sell the news event for Apple. So keep Apple on your radar today. I wouldn't be buying Apple in the whole if it opens lower today, because usually on event day you get better prices after the event or during the event. So be careful with Apple today. Keep in mind it has an event 3 hours before the end of the trading day today. Microsoft acting really impressive. We drew a line here around 297 back on Thursday, went as high as 304.45. It's just below, sorry for that, it's just below the all-time high, 305.84. So Microsoft is looking really well. We played it through stock and options when we still have some options on for the earnings, which are next week. So Amazon together with Tesla, together with Amazon, have become the strongest stocks out there from a technical perspective. They are all announcing, Tesla is announcing this week, and the others, the big ones, they are announcing next week. AMD, great trade for us. Had a bit of a digestion day on Friday, did not participate with the market in the rally on Friday. It was a bit extended from the moving averages, so you have to know your size. You can still buy dips in AMD. Let's hope it can hold about 110. So holding above 110 should be a nice buying opportunity. AMD reports next week. Chip shortages are the main focus of the market, so AMD should have a nice boost. We are still long some AMD stock, and maybe we'll look to have some option plays for next week. So do subscribe to our morning game plan. See how we're gonna approach AMD for earnings as well. Lastly, I want to go over Facebook. Completely broken. Just managed to hold the 200-day. Still lots of negative news for Facebook, but do remember that all of this negative news, they will most likely affect the next quarter. The results from this quarter will have nothing to do with all the discussions, with all the whistleblower, with all the Instagram issues, with the outage and so on. So do keep in mind that Facebook might be a nice surprise for earnings, and you should have some exposure in terms of options for Facebook, which reports next week. We do have some calls on, and we're looking to add some more if it shows any relative strength today or during this week, because Facebook announces earnings next week. So keep Facebook on your radar. Facebook is still part of our lives, even though it's a broken stock, even though it has lots of controversies around it. Maybe you don't like Facebook, you don't have to like stocks, you just have to trade them and make money out of them. So remember, Facebook looks bent, almost broken here, but it has earnings next week. It's a cheap stock compared to others based on a price to earnings ratio. So Facebook might be a big surprise for earnings. So I suggest you put on some risk by buying some call options or some call spreads for the event. The implied move for Facebook, it's around 50 to 20 points to the upside or downside. So from these levels, around 325, 330, should get up to 345, or if the results disappoint completely, it's going to get below 300 most likely. Lastly, I want to leave you with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been a great trade for us with futures, also in our Coinbase Pro account. It has an impressive run all the way since this candle on October 1st. We got involved with Bitcoin, managed to consolidate nicely above 48,500, then the next level 55,000. These were our exit points, and we re-gauged it every time after a 3-4 days consolidation. Now it reached this 63,000 level on Friday. It's building again nicely. There's rumors that the new ETF on Bitcoin futures is going to be up and running this week, offered by ProShares. Just keep in mind, like we had the El Salvador news, and we might have a sell the news event. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to be a big drop in Bitcoin like it happened with El Salvador when they adopted it as legal tender. But keep in mind, it had a huge run. We had an inverse head and shoulders type of chart back at 30,000. The measure move was up to 57, 60,000. So keep in mind that Bitcoin had a huge run already. A lot of positive news is already priced in. So make sure that you trim some, you manage to book some profits. Okay, if you are a long-term investor and you just hold Bitcoin as a store of value, then this section is not for you. But if you are an active trader and you want to book profits, this is what we do. So we book most of our profits in Bitcoin here. We're gonna see how it reacts with the all-time high just at 65,000. We'll see how it acts, and we're looking to buy around the 8 or 21 day if it has a drop after the ETF announcement. So thank you so much for following us this morning. Thank you so much for being our subscribers. I really hope that you enjoy our service. I hope more and more of you will join the club. We're gonna have some great offers for you out there with Black Friday, so make sure to tune in. If you have any questions, as always, I'm more than happy to answer them. Alex@ECLUBTRADING.com. Thank you so much for watching us today, and I will see you all guys tomorrow. Take it easy, take it slowly, see what bounces, see what works, and see if the dips are buying opportunities today.